Hi, my name is Alex Pluto and this is Package Main. In this video, we will build a simple Slack bot with natural language understanding functionality, which will get information from Wolfram and give it to user. Don't worry if you didn't use Wolfram before. It's a computational engine which can give a short answer to your question. There are different platforms for NLU, such as Lewis.ai, Rasa NLU, and here we will use Wit.ai, a platform acquired by Facebook which can extract useful information from custom message. Our bot will have minimal functionality, such as reply to user on greeting and then search in Wolfram and give answer back. So you may ask, why do we need NLU here? It's because we don't know how user will greet us, and also we don't know how user will ask us question. Will it be something like, who is the president of US, or can you tell me who is the president of US? Also, user may make some typos and NLU will handle this. Let's start with creating our bot in Slack. To add new bot in your Slack, go to /apps of your Slack team and search for bots application and then add new configuration and choose a username. Let's have this package main. Then you will have an API token which we will use, and yeah, you can set up something else here. Let's just copy this token and save integration. Now let's check if our bot was added to Slack. So go to main page, you can see the package main bot here, but it's offline yet. So let's create a program which will receive the messages from user and send some reply to it. I will create main.go file, use package main and function main. Also, I copied the key which we will need to use, and I will put to keys file. It will be Slack access token, right? Let's have quotes. Slack has a very good Golang package, and let's go get it and create our Slack client. /nlopez /Slack. And let's add this package to import and create our Slack client. Slack.new, and here we will need to provide our API token. For this we can use getEnv and use our environment variable Slack access token. Also, I will move it to var Slack client, and will change like this. Now let's set up real-time messaging. So when user types something to the bot, we will receive these events using the channel. So it has a function new RTM, and now we need to call rtm.manageConnection using goroutine. Now let's iterate over events which will come to real-time messaging object. RTM incoming events. There are different types of events which may come to incoming events channel, and let's work only with message event. For this we can use switch operator and check the type of message. So message.data, and you can use type, and in case event is a Slack message event, we will call some function, and we will call this function in separate goroutine. Let's create it. Handle message function, and event is a Slack message event. For now, let's just print it. Print the whole object and call it here using Gordian. So handle message event. Alright, now I want to source my keys file to receive Slack access token, and now let's try to run it. Let's switch to Slack. As you can see, package main bot now is online. Let's type something to it. Hi, and go back to console. Right, we can see this event. Event contains a lot of information such as message, user, timestamp, etc. We will work only with message and probably user ID if we need. Before we reply to user, let's create our Wit.ai application and define entities there. So we can go to Wit.ai/home, it will redirect you to your user, and then we can create new app and give it a name, give a description, for example. You can choose to be it open or private, and click create app. Wit.ai has predefined entities such as greetings, thanks, bye, etc. And we will use few of them. We will use greetings, and also we will use Wolfram search query. You can also create your custom entities, but I will leave it to you as a homework. I'm going to start with greetings entity. For example, when user says hi, it's a greetings entity. We can also click validate, and same can be for hello, greetings, that's true, validate, like hola, greetings, true. Great. Also, Wit.ai has a Wolfram search query entity, so it will understand if user asks something to search in Wolfram or not. For example, let's try who is the president of USA, and let's search for Wolfram and highlight the whole sentence, for example. Great, validate. Let's ask something different. What is the formula of ethanol? And Wolfram search query, validate. Great, so now we trained a little bit our model. It's very simple, as you can see. Let's get the API key so we can call it from our application. For this, we should go to settings, and here's our server access token. Let's insert this token into our keys file. So it will be Wit.ai access token. For now, let's stop our application and go get Wit.ai package. I searched for Wit.ai Go packages and I found 5, and 4 of them doesn't work with new API. And one which is working has only 2 stars on GitHub. We will use it, but I don't recommend to use it in production environment. So if you want to try to create some Go package, you can go and create one for Wit.ai. First of all, let's create our Wit.ai client. So we will do it in the same place. It will be wit.new client, and it will be similar like this, except the name of environment variable is different, and let's create it here, wit.client. Now we need to send our message to Wit.ai and parse it and get some useful information from it. We will use Wit.ai client and function message, where we should send the text. We can get text from event message.text. Great. So as a result, we will have response and error. Let's check. I also forgot if right is not nil, let's just log it. Unable to get Wit.ai response error. We can just simply return here. Great, now let's see what we have in response. In response, we have a list of entities. So entities is a map, key is a string, and value is a slice of entities. And each entity has value. For example, for greeting it will be true, false, and it has a confidence. So we will work with these two properties of entity. It's very possible that you may receive two entities, but they will have different confidence. Let's use one with the highest confidence. So I will create a variable top entity as with message entity. And now I'm going to iterate over our map and find one with the highest confidence. So let's have a loop. So it will be entity key and entity list in response.entities. And then we need to have another loop, and we will have entity. We will range our entity list. And now let's compare the confidence. So if our current entity confidence higher than top entity confidence, right, we just simply set top entity equal to entity. Alright, it's not a pointer, so it will be like this. Entity key, we don't use it now, but I think that we will need it, so let's also, because message entity doesn't contain the key, so we will also need to save it. Top entity key, just a string. Top entity key is entity key. Great. The confidence may be different. It can be 10% or 90%. So let's filter low confidence entities. So I'll create a threshold, right? I'll call it confidence threshold, which will equal to 0.5. So let's add it to our if. So also if entity confidence greater than confidence threshold. Alright, now let's figure out what we can do with this top entity. I will create a function which will reply to user, depends on which entity we have. So let's call it reply func reply to user. As input we will have entity key as string and entity as with message entity. And here we can do a switch entity key. And let's start first with greetings. So if entity key is greetings, we will reply something to user. And let's call this function from here. So reply to user top entity key and top entity. Let's reply something to user. So we will use Slack client dot post message. We need to send a channel. It can be user ID, then text and parameters. So we should get the user ID. So let's send the whole event here and we can find the ID. So event is Slack dot message event. So user ID will be event dot user. Then text can be hi username. And as parameters, we can post message parameters as user true. So what does it mean as user true? If you don't set this as true, bot will send a message to Slack bot, so you will not see it in the same thread. So we just need to set it as true. Also, let's send something to user if we didn't find any entities. So I'm going to do the same at the end of this function, but I will do here return so we don't send it twice. Let's send something like not found. I forgot how to do it, like this. Oh, but slash. Will be like this. I'm not sure if I did it correct. Looks like not, but something similar. Great. Let's run our application and switch back to Slack. It's online. Let's type hi again. Alright, we don't have any reply. Unable to get Wit.ai response, bad request. So let's see what we did wrong here. And I think I know why. It's because we didn't make a source of our keys file, so we don't have Wit.ai access token. Great, and let's run it again. Go back to our Slack, type hi. Alright, we have greetings entity. What if we do something which is not greetings? Yes, we have this default response. So now we can reply to user greetings. Let's also reply to some questions from user. And as I told, we will use Wolfram. Let's go to Wolfram Alpha Developer Portal and create our application. It is free, but has a limit of 2000 calls per month. So click on Get App ID, provide the name of application, description is optional, and then we will have the App ID key, which we will add to our keys file, so as Wolfram App ID. Let's get our Wolfram Go package, and let's create our Wolfram client. So Wolfram client is Wolfram package client. Let's import this package so we can see functions we have. Wolfram client, I need to set application ID. We get it from keys file. And let's define it. Let's define it here as Wolfram client. Great. Now let's see to reply user function. So we have one case for greetings. Now we need to add one more case if it's Wolfram search query. So what we will do here? Here we will use Wolfram client. So here we will use Wolfram client and the function get short answer query, which will give us just a string with answer. We can use another, we can use query result, etc. For bot, I think this one is enough. We should send the query, the units, and timeout. So let's see what the units here, imperial or metric. Yeah, let's just try with something. And query is a string. So we can use entity. So we should get the value from our entity. And it is interface, so let's cast it to string and then use, let's try with Wolfram metric and timeout. I'm not sure it's seconds or let's set some default like 1000. Alright, we will have result and error. And if error is not nil, right, let's just log unable to get Wolfram result and print it. In case we have result is a string, so we can simply send it to user. User, instead of this we send result, and then we return, so we don't send default one. Alright, let's source our keys file and run main.go file. Now we switch to Slack and type something like who is the president of USA. Need to wait a little bit as it will write. We have an answer, Donald Trump from 2017 to present. Seems like a correct answer. What is the meaning of life? 42. Very nice answer. Great, so just buy. I hope it was interesting and helpful. I'll put all links into description so you can check out the code and play with it. And see you later!